Hi, my name is Grace Shalom Hopkins and welcome to another episode of Spin Weekly. Today we are pulling hand-pulled roving from a blending board and talking about tweed using my woad dyed roving. There's a lot of different elements going into this thing. This title is full of the keywords. So stay tuned. The basis of this is the woad dyed fiber Falkland that I made for the February Patreon people. I used some hand-dyed Gotland wool locks from my Swedish friend Emma. I have linked her down below. And I have Paradise Fiber, gold, sari silk, links down below, and some, I'm trying to describe this color to you now, like fiery burgundy sari silk goodness. You'll see it in a second from Nicole and our swap box, and I've linked her down below. Also the video to the woad and the unboxing of my Swedish box and the Nicole unboxing. Whew, like I said, this is a video pulling together lots of different elements. So the link section is going to be popping. So I wanted to do something really inspired by the visual I had for the February Patreon people, which was Brigitte's Day, Brigitte's Fire. So I took the wool that I dyed, the woad, and I put it on the blending board and I laid it with these burgundy Gotland locks and the two different types of sari silk and created some magic, I think. And I used the framework of tweed creation, which I have in my book Roving. Yes, I believe it is the book Roving. You can go to my store and it's available as an individual recipe card, or you can grab it in the book, which is available in both print and digital. And I've left it links down below. So I believe it's Roving. For some reason I'm waffling if it's card, but it's not card because I clearly used hand cards. What is my brain doing? It's definitely Roving. Anyway, I have a really detailed write-up and recipe formula for the different ways I create tweed with lots of different textures and colors. And if you've seen my books, there's tons and tons of different variations. Every recipe has at least one whole page of variations, and it's not like two variations on a page. It's a list of variations. Let me show you actually. Okay, so I literally have roving right here, and on the back is the recipe I'm talking about. So here's the beginning of tweed, looking pretty. Tons of information. You can hopefully see how large the print is. I try to make it wide print, large print, so that way you can read it from afar or on the floor from your wheel. This recipe is still going. You get the idea. Like, I was gonna do a flip through, but it's still, there's so many, like, okay, here's the variations. Okay, here are variations. Woo. And then that goes on for one more page. So you get the idea. Lots of variations. You can find that in my book Roving, and that's the premise that I followed. I did a simplified version. So anyhow, once I put it on the blending board, I hand pulled that roving. It was kind of a mess at first because you'll find out why. If you're not a Patreon patron and don't have the voiceover, let's see if you can spot my mistake. What caused me all of these problems and how did I correct it? That's your paying attention homework. Comments down below if you can catch it. So yeah, pulled it. It went well after I corrected my initial mistake, and then I went ahead and spun it as a 2-ply to get a really fluffy, beautiful yarn, and it is downstairs. But it's super beautiful. I will insert pictures as per usual right here. You can see how varied and fiery it is, the different textures, how they work together within the whole. This is set with a unicorn fiber rinse, and I think it bloomed really nicely. Also, if you're a Patreon patron, in the next couple of days, you will get a bonus voiceover to this video talking about the history of Falkland, because when I filmed, or I guess posted, the February Patreon video, I mentioned that Falkland was attached to the British Islands, and somebody commented, JK, it was totally colonized. That's not what they said. That's my summary. They're, of course, right. And because of that misunderstanding in myself, perhaps others have that misunderstanding. So I want to go ahead and do a mini breed study that I will release to my Patreon people first, and then in a few months you guys will get it, because occasionally I do de-archive some of the voiceovers from Patreon that are 4 to 6 months old. So I will meet you on the other side and we will see what we think. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that video. I kind of got my intro and outro mixed up. My husband was in surgery yesterday, and I got 3 hours of sleep yesterday, 3.5 hours. And last night I got more, but not by much. So he's doing fine. He had a skier thumb injury, and they did not have to do grafting, so that was really cool. But soon we'll be headed to Springfield with my family so we can do some convalescent leave with family. My sister's here to help, which is why I can make this video, but that's all why it's a little late and I'm a little scatterbrainy. So yeah. If for some reason, actually, I did just film my fiber share box, so this actually might go up later. So just for accuracy's sake, it was March 11th that the surgery happened that I'm filming it. Today's March 12th. So if this goes up maybe next week instead of this week, he didn't get surgery next week. He got surgery this week. Anyway, I wanted to give a big shout out to my Patreon people who make all of this stuff possible. I want to give a shout out to all of my commenters and subscribers and everybody who contributes emotionally and intellectually to this, everybody who offers to send me stuff, everybody who does swaps with me, everybody who gives me advice, everybody who corrects my geography and social history regarding anything. You guys are awesome and truly the heartbeat of this show. I so appreciate it. I also would like to thank the people who buy books and spinning wheels and the people who contact me to support them in their web design journey and their branding journey. You guys are incredible. And with that little love festival, I will see you next time. Bye!